Jessica Andrade, coming off of a very, very big, back-to-back victories, Mackenzie Dern and Marina Rodriguez. A couple of years ago right there, those are two wins that are enough wins to get you a championship fight right there. Of course, not going to happen, but you get a very, very tough prospect on your hands right here. Really quickly, before we jump into the numbers and stuff like this, man, we might touch on this a little bit later in the news and notes, so a little foreshadowing. AJ, have you heard about any of the stuff going on with Andrade? Manager embezzled some money from her. Now she's got to fight a ton to try to get back kind of like retirement savings, stuff like that. Have you heard anything?
Damn, no, I haven't heard any of that, Derek. I'm slacking over here, brother.
Yeah, so we'll cover it a little bit later. Listen, you don't want to get into people's business and whatnot. I'm just more interested in the sense of, okay, you have the veteran where they're probably saying yes to fights that maybe they wouldn't have said yes to if the circumstance wasn't what it was. So with all of that being aside, Jessica Andrade is hungry. She doesn't just want a fight right here. You know that she wants that double paycheck, right? She wants the win bonus. She wants a performance bonus, the whole nine. It's going to be interesting because Natalia Silva, man, she's been kind of running it. Known as a finisher, coming off of back-to-back decision victories, but Andrea Lee, good win. And then Viviane Araujo. That leads me, I think this is a perfect step up in competition right here. So when you see the line open, what did you see Andrade being an underdog against Silva? Were you surprised? Did you see it as fit? What'd you think?
I think it makes absolute sense, Derek. Again, this is very much the time of what have you done for me lately? And lately, Natalia Silva has been a firecracker, brother. She has been on the road or on the move up. And yeah, as she was a finisher before, now you're hitting the UFC where you have a little bit harder competitions. She's still getting the decision victories. But what I like about it is she's still staying entertaining, right? She's still having the elusiveness. She's still having that flow. She's making these fights look very pretty, look very fluid, if you will. That's why I like her in this one. It makes sense why she's the favorite going into this.
Question, though, right here. Can Natalia Silva win this fight against Jessica Andrade on the back foot?
No. That was the one note I had, Derek. She cannot dance around on the bike, on the corner of the cage, skirting around in order to win this fight. She needs to fight off the front foot.
But that's how Jessica Andrade won her fight against Marina Rodriguez, right? Is pure domination, walking you down, right? Natalia Silva, she won her last fight against Viviane Araujo exclusively off of the back foot, even with Araujo trying to wrestle her up and do the whole nine. So that's what I was really looking at when I watched that fight back. And I was like, okay, Andrade, you know the game plan is super simple, right? It's get in your face and throw hammers. Now that money is a little bit... And listen, man, I don't know her situation. Like, this is all speculation, the articles that you read, but you would think she's trying to be a little bit more smart. So all the times we would plead and we would beg and we'd be like, Andrade, your jiu-jitsu is sick. Why don't you use more wrestling? Why don't you use more jiu-jitsu, right? And it was all hammers. I think we start to see it mixed up a little bit. Only difference is Silva is slick, man. I think she got a major speed advantage. I think her takedown defense is really good. Just grappling defense in general is really good. So I'm not super surprised to see that the line has shifted heavily, man. Minus 320 favorite for Silva, plus 250 for Jessica Andrade. Cat out the bag. Natalia Silva is the consensus pick. We'll explain to you why. But AJ, just from a pure value perspective, do you see throwing $20 on Jessica Andrade at over plus 250 odds right there? Like, you have to take that shot just off of a pure experience play for Andrade to go on a 3-fight win streak and play spoiler against the up-and-comer.
Absolutely, Derek, and the way the styles of this one, right? Andrade the bulldog versus Silva being the elusive, kind of skirting around the side of the octagon. It only makes sense that Andrade, at least technical wise or on paper wise, is going to be the one that's more likely to win this fight, right? Aggression always dominates. She's going to get in there. She's probably going to do more damage than Silva. But, man, I mean, it's hard to say. So that's why I think this one is a lot closer than these odds makers are betting it. So I would not be surprised if Andrade can pull this fight out. We've seen her do crazier things, especially with the power that she packs. So absolutely throw a couple down on that. What was you say, plus 250 all day long.
Plus 250. And here's the thing as well. When I'm looking at just kind of like the props right here, there's two props that I'm interested in. We're going to cover one of them a little bit later in some bonus plays. But for Natalia Silva, plus 285 TKO. Now, you might be saying TKO against Andrade, hold on, pump the brakes, right? I'm thinking Yan Xiaonan versus Jessica Andrade. I'm thinking Andrade is just trying to play the bully, gets caught on the back foot. It just happens, right? Something to think about. On the other hand, plus 450 TKO for Andrade. Bro, like, come on. You got a path to victory, and that's like one of the main paths to victory. Plus 450, maybe it's probably better just taking her as a plus 250 dog for whatever happens. But there's a little bit of juice in my opinion, or am I crazy? What do you think?
No, there's absolute juice there, Derek. And the crazy thing is, if she doesn't get that plus 450 TKO, but she still has the Bulldog style, she's still walking Natalia Silva down the entire time, controlling position, even in the clinch, whatever the case is, that plus 550 decision is still on the table for Andrade, which is mind blowing.
A lot of fun things in play for this one, man. At the end of the day, give me the implication. If Jessica Andrade gets a really big win, I don't think much changes for her. I think she still stays where she's at. She's always in the title picture between two divisions just cuz, right? But Natalia Silva, this absolutely skyrockets her with a definitive victory, correct?
Oh, 100%. If Natalia Silva can get a finish right here, right, whether it's the plus 900 or the plus 280 TKO, man, that will skyrocket her up. And you were saying before how in the past, Marina Rodriguez and Mackenzie Dern would have got you to the championship. Well, this might be the fight for Natalia Silva. If she can get one on Andrade, that might be the one that actually bumps her up. And we can see some gold, or her fighting for gold here in the near future.
Again, narratives. This is what builds stories. This is what builds careers right here. This is going to be a fun one. Again, consensus pick is Natalia Silva. And then one more quick one here for you, AJ, before we move on. Over is 2.5 rounds, minus 160 for the over, plus 130, identical to the main event. Over is the play, correct?
Over is a play all day.